So, in this video, I will try to present some of the teachings of the Holy Quran and the living example of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. I hope that this will be the first in a series of videos dealing with what Islam is. Uh, the teachings of Islam are based on the Quran, which is the holy book, inspired by Allah to His Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and also is based on the Hadith. The Hadith is a word that means a speech in Arabic, and it's a collection of what the Prophet said. And from these Hadith books, we get the living example of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So, one of the great teachings of Islam is you have to like for others what you like to yourself. You have to treat others like you would like to be treated yourself. And the proof for this is what's mentioned in Sahih Muslim, and that's a collection of the Prophet's speeches. And this particular hadith is addressing this issue. It says in chapter 18 concerning the fact that it is one of the characteristics of Iman, that is faith, that one should like the same thing for one's brother in Islam as one likes for oneself. It's book 1, number 0073, and at the bottom you'll find a link to a website where you can find this hadith actually. And it says, it is narrated on the authority of Anas that the Prophet, may peace blessings be upon him, observed, by him in whose hand is my life, no bondsman truly believes till he likes for his neighbor, or he, the Holy Prophet, said, for his brother, whatever he likes for himself. So the Prophet here is saying, no bondsman, referring to all humans who are bondsmen of Allah, really believes until he likes for his neighbor, or he said for his brother, whatever he likes for himself. So you should treat others like you would treat yourself if you're a real Muslim. Let's see how the Prophet himself applied this. I'll read this part in Arabic first. سنن النساء النكاح تزوج المرأة مثلها في السن. أخبرنا الحسين بن حريث قال حدثنا الفضل بن موسى عن الحسين بن واقد عن عبد الله بن بريدة عن أبيه قال خطب أبو بكر وعمر رضي الله عنهما فاطمة فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إنها صغيرة فخطبها علي فزوجها منه. This is another hadith or speech by the Prophet. It's found in a book called the Sunan an-Nisa'i, and it says that a chain of narrators told us that Abu Bakr and Omar, and these are two of the closest friends of the Prophet, peace be upon him, Abu Bakr and Omar, Allah be pleased with them, proposed to Fatima. Fatima is the Prophet's daughter. She was the dearest daughter to his heart. But the Prophet, peace be upon him, said, she is young. She's too young to be married to any of you because you're older men. Then Ali proposed, and he, the Prophet, married her to him. So, the book of Al-Nisa'i says that a woman should be married to a man of a similar age to herself. And the proof of this is that when two older men who were very close friends of the Prophet proposed to his daughter, he refused to let her marry somebody who's so much older than she is. But when her cousin Ali proposed, he allowed him to marry her because he was of a similar age to her. This hadith was also authenticated and verified by Sheikh Al-Albani. In Arabic we say صححه Al-Albani. So let's see what the Prophet did after that. Well, the Prophet himself proposed when he was 50 something years old to Abu Bakr, the same guy who proposed for his daughter. He proposed for him to marry his 7-year-old daughter. In another story, or in another hadith, she was 6 when the Prophet proposed and actually married her. So in Sahih al-Bukhari, and again I provided the link, in volume 7, book 62, number 18, the Prophet asked Abu Bakr for Aisha's hand in marriage. Abu Bakr said, "But I'm your brother." The Prophet said, "You are my brother in Allah's religion and His book, but she, Aisha, is lawful for me to marry." So Abu Bakr tried to deny the Prophet's request, politely saying, "Well, I'm your brother because we're both Muslims." So the Prophet told him, "Well, yeah, you're my brother in Allah's religion, but I am gonna marry her. She is lawful to me." Uh, well, uh, the same story is narrated also further in Bukhari, and again I provided the link. In volume 7, book 62, number 64, narrated Aisha. Aisha herself is telling the story that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years till his death. So he married her when he was 50 something years old, and she was 6. Well, lots of people say that she must have been an adult in these days, and that's what I tended to believe myself. I mean, probably because he obviously knew that he should not have a kid married to an adult, as proved by what he did for his own daughter. In book 8, number 3311, Aisha, Allah be pleased with her, reported that Allah's Apostle, may peace be upon him, married her when she was 7 years old, and she was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9, and her dolls were with her. And when the Prophet, died, she was 18 years old. So, obviously, she was an adult who had dolls. And dolls actually is lu'aba in Arabic, and lu'aba in Arabic is actually her toy. She had toys with her. This same thing is further narrated by Al-Bukhari, saying that her girlfriends came to play with her with the toys. It says, narrated Aisha, I used to play with the dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's Apostle used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. The playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time, as she was a little girl not yet reached the age of puberty. This explanation is provided by Fath al-Bari, which is a very well-known interpretation of the Sahih al-Bukhari. So, what do you think? Did the Prophet treat Abu Bakr as he would like to be treated himself? Did the Prophet treat Aisha, Abu Bakr's daughter, as he would like his own daughter to be treated? Well, you tell me. More important, tell yourself. Thanks for listening.